Hello and welcome to the discussion. My name is Bailey and I am a student at VSU, and over the next several minutes you'll be walked through an explanation about what VSU is doing to engage first-year students in the exploration of knowledge while ensuring that the students acquire essential skills that will assist them in being successful during their time here at VSU and beyond. According to the Association of American Colleges and Universities, first-year seminars and experiences are high-impact practice that emphasize critical inquiry, collaborative learning, information literacy, integrative reflection, and other skills that assist students in developing intellectual and practical competencies. FYSEs also provide students with the opportunity to engage in active learning and work with faculty members in the exploration of cutting-edge questions that exist in scholarship, including the faculty members' own research. In response to the research noting the positive impact of FYSEs on student success, in the fall of 2019, Valdosta State University began piloting its first-year seminar experience course for incoming students who are new to the institution. These seminars provide an opportunity for enhanced interactions between students and instructors through small class sizes and in-class active learning activities. These seminars also guide students through the acquisitions and/or enhancement of essential skills that are applicable in the curricular and co-curricular settings. At the end of the course, students complete a signature assignment in which they showcase their understanding of the concept they learned in the course and the connection of those concepts to future academic and/or non-academic goals and endeavors. In addition to the benefits outlined in the research, FYSE courses at VSU fulfill the student successes and student engagement-related goals of the strategic plan. Thus, FYSE courses at VSU are a win-win for everyone, students, faculty, staff, and the community included. FYSE 1101 is a seminar course focusing on contemporary and enduring questions that engage students in intellectual inquiry and academic life while encouraging critical thinking skills and metacognitive reflection. After completion of FYSE 1101, students will be able to describe one or more contemporary and enduring questions about their lives and their relationships to human cultures or the physical and natural world, analyze and reflect on the intellectual and practical skills of the course's theme or topic, summarize the benefits and challenges of a diverse society, and identify and evaluate linkages among academic disciplines. To jumpstart the offering of first-year seminar courses at VSU, a small set of courses were designed as part of a pilot program. The purpose of piloting these courses was to allow for the development and refining of the structure of FYSE 1101 courses to ensure that the course design facilitated student success. Since the summer of 2020, 7 pilot courses have been designed and taught by 7 different instructors. Each course was designed using an instructor-selected topic that facilitates students' acquisition of valuable and transferable skills through the lens of the subject matter such as productive academic mindset, metacognition and reflection, critical thinking and problem solving, information literacy and technology literacy, communication, teamwork, and collaboration. The course design also includes a signature assignment that allows students to demonstrate their ability to make connections between these skills they learned and/or enhance through their engagement in the course and the transferability of those skills beyond the course. The following are descriptions of the current FYSE 1101 pilot courses. Documentary photography in the age of the selfie. In our time of selfie sticks and Snapchat filters, why are we so invested in images of ourselves? How are we defining ourselves through our phones? We'll look at sample documentary photographs, some public and some more private, to develop a perspective on our own practices and assumptions. In other words, we'll look at lots of interesting images and ask lots of questions about them. Along the way, we'll identify the habits of mind and practices that can help you succeed in college. Expect brief readings that we'll annotate together and then discuss 2 small projects asking you to collect and analyze images that you choose for your private museum, and a final collaborative project for which groups will create photographic documentaries. The instructor for this course is Mr. Gardner Rogers, senior lecturer, and he is retired. Financial health in modern societies. This course aims to increase financial literacy among college students and introduce the students to the influences culture and demographic characteristics have on financial risk tolerance. We make decisions that impact our current and future financial health all the time. As consumers, we may apply for loans for various types, such as car loans, mortgages, personal loans, etc. We may also use loans to invest into a business or to invest in our own productivity. As workers, our decisions on how we spend our income, how much of it we save and invest will influence whether we have an adequate income if we face an unplanned event such as a medical emergency or if we face a planned event such as retirement. Financial literacy, culture, and demographic characteristics impact these decisions. This course will enhance student-faculty interaction in a small class setting, open channels of communication between students and faculty, promote intentional and reflective learning, document academic dialogue through writing, expose students to opportunities to engage in research, public service, campus events, and varied forms of instruction both on campus and globally. And the instructor for this course is Dr. Tory, Professor of Economics. Wicked Problems. This course provides students with competencies and skills for lifelong success as they learn to find and generate solutions to wicked problems. A social or cultural problem is wicked when many reasons make it difficult to solve, including insufficient or contradictory knowledge, the number of people affected, the problem's economic burden, or interconnectedness with other issues. However, solutions to wicked problems can be sometimes achieved through the process of design, which is an intellectual approach emphasizing empathy, abductive reasoning, and rapid prototyping, among other characteristics. And the instructor for this course is Dr. Bruce Mack, Department Head and Associate Professor of Arts. Mathematics and the Pursuit of Justice. In this seminar, we will explore how mathematics and social justice impact our world. Mathematics influences our life decisions perhaps more than other subjects. Mathematics is not a neutral subject, but a lens from which we view our world and address questions. What do the statistics, graphs, and charts mean? During this course, there will be opportunities to address topics that focus upon mathematics and social justice, minimum wage, prisons, poverty, immigration, as well as other topics significant to the class. The class will include readings, writing assignments, and a project/presentation. And the instructor for this course is Dr. Sandra Trowell, Associate Professor of Mathematics. Searching for belonging. In this seminar, we will explore the meaning of belonging and the dilemma of difference. Students will learn how to analyze multiple societal issues, focusing on critical questions including, when does treating people differently emphasize their difference and stigmatize them on that basis? When does treating people the same become insensitive to their differences and stigmatize them on that basis? Throughout the course, students will develop their interpersonal skills, interpersonal skills, and academic self-control and intellectual skills, and use these skills to grow a sense of belonging to their university community and to support their academic success. And the instructor for this course is Dr. Kala Hull, Acting Dean of the College of Education and Human Services. The Speculative Fictions of Janelle Monáe. In this seminar, we will explore the musical and visual catalogs of Janelle Monáe and reflect on the role of popular culture in shaping identities and ideologies. Monáe has built her dystopian visions and discography on tropes codified by white men who produced science fiction in the 20th century. Like many women before her, however, Monáe maps those narratives onto her own identities and claims them for her own communities. Together, we will look at Monáe's earliest dystopian story worlds, follow those narratives across media through her musical suites, and examine the shift to narratives of resistance in her most recent material, a body of work that projects Black and queer futures against the backdrop of contemporary life in the United States. While this course is organized primarily around the progression of Monáe's discography, it also includes literature, fashion, film, digital media, and critical texts about race and gender. We will focus on honing the critical skills necessary to understand the world we live in and pay particular attention to practices of multicultural literacy and multimodal writing. These skills will not only help you engage thoughtfully with popular culture, they will help you reflect on the value of critical thinking in terms of your college experience more broadly. In lieu of traditional essays and exams, the assignments in this class consist primarily of social annotation and collaborative activities. The most substantial assignment for this semester is a collaborative multimedia project in which you are invited to explore the core themes and ideas from this course using the registers of word, sound, and image. And the instructor for this course is Dr. Nick Miller, Assistant Professor of English. Your voice, your impact. Through the lens of popular young adult literature, this course will ask you to do two major things. Ask a question based on the literature we've read, and create and present an answer. To construct these questions and answers, we will be reading Speak by Laura Halsey Anderson, The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon, and All the Bright Places by Jennifer Nevin. These books ask their readers to question how we talk about complicated issues and what we should actively do towards them to change the world. These books discuss mental health, immigration, racial discrimination, sexual harassment, and more. Through these topics, we will learn as a class how to develop the skills that create great college learners, developing strong questions, analyzing and reflecting when attempting to answer, learning to seek out answers others have made, and to formulate your own answer based on what you have learned through the process. At the end of this semester, you will be asked to create a 3-minute video of your question that demonstrates your research and the answer you have concluded, which will be submitted to the Undergraduate Research Symposium. And the instructor for this course is Dr. Brett Young, lecturer in English. Based on what I just shared, it is hopefully evident that first-year seminar courses at VSU are designed to allow students to engage in an in-depth exploration with the opportunity of one-on-one interactions with instructors and extensive engagement with their peers. One can also imagine how exploring topics in this way gives students a lot to think about and process. While research suggests that FYSE courses have the ability to assist students in connecting what they learn in class to real-world issues, being able to address whether the same results occur at VSU is critical. Ultimately, the question is whether VSU FYSE 1101 courses produce the same results. The signature assignments embedded in each FYSE 1101 course assist us in answering this question. At FYSE 1101, the signature assignment is used to help students demonstrate their ability to make simple connections between course concepts and experiences and the potential to synthesize and transfer learning beyond the course. So, are VSU students able to make connections between what they learn in an FYSE course and the application of those concepts to real-world issues? Let's look at an FYSE course to answer that question. The Financial Health in a Modern Society course explores the subject of financial health from an interdisciplinary perspective. The course examines how sociology, psychology, and institutions impact saving, borrowing, and budgeting decisions. Throughout the course, students investigate how culture, beliefs, and environmental cues influence financial health and risk tolerance, and they examine how age, gender, race, location, and poverty influence financial health and risk tolerance. By the end of the course, students should be able to demonstrate their knowledge of budgeting, borrowing, and saving, explain how property rights, law, government programs, and private programs influence financial opportunities and financial health, and communicate their perspectives on how sociology, demographics, and institutions influence financial decisions. Let's listen to Dr. Tory describe the course objectives.
Involved with the freshman year seminar experiences, and the idea behind them is to provide students with some type of interdisciplinary experience where they're exploring some topic that is very important to our culture or society, has some kind of diversity aspect of it, and then they are able to pull from various disciplines and able to synthesize information in a way that will help them to understand the benefits and challenges of the diverse society and identify and evaluate the linkage between the different academic disciplines, focusing in on that particular issue.
Right.
And the issue that the College of Business thought would be one for us to tackle is financial literacy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a group called the abbreviation is FINRA, and it is the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, which is a non-governmental independent group that sets up rules and regulations for stockbrokers and markets. And they do surveys every year. And what they found is 53% of US adults have some anxiety when they think about their financial situation. And 44% say that just discussing their finances makes them very anxious.
Mm-hmm.
And another survey, they said they found that 18 to 34-year-olds, the majority of them can't even answer 3 of 6 very basic financial literacy questions. So we have a real problem in the United States about financial literacy, and that's dealing with saving and borrowing and investing and setting up budgets. And yet, one way to elevate people out of poverty or improve people's long run and intergenerational transfer of wealth is to have some kind of financial knowledge. So it was based on this idea that we decided that this would be a good subject to tackle.
Yeah.
But as that diagram I showed you, that I sent to you today, shows you that financial literacy isn't just about how do I balance a checkbook, or how do I borrow money, or what's the time value of money. It's actually beyond just basic financial knowledge, and it really gets into the sociological effects of money, the psychological effects of money, what institutions are out there, mm-hmm. and how our demographics, race, age, gender, all of those play a role in how well we handle our finances. So this class pulls together sociology, psychology, language, finance, and economics all together, and looks at a variety of views of financial literacy and how we can improve that and with our students.
Right. And I think that's kind of encompasses the importance of FYSE classes together, where you find you have a problem in society and you use that in learning objectives in the course in order to create life skills that last beyond, not just through students' time at VSU, but beyond. So let's listen to Dr. Tory describe how she connects with students during the course. And kind of on that note, in this particular class, did you find that you had more connections to the students than other courses you may have taught that was maybe a more traditional lecture, or did you build more rapport with the students in your seminar, and kind of what happened with that?
Well, my seminar is kind of interesting in that it is online. So you think that since it's online, there's no interaction. But actually, with every chapter that we cover, one assignment is the student's perspective. So they read the content, they watch the TED Talks or other videos, they engage in the exercises, and one of their graded activities is for them to give their perspective or opinion about that content and apply it to something that's going on in their life or their future, or some observation that they've made. And so when you're getting to that one-on-one level where they're talking about what their plans are, what they think will be something that might hold them back to succeeding in financial success or accumulating wealth over time, you definitely develop a rapport. Mm-hmm. And so if they bring up something such as, I'm a single Black female with a child, and I'm trying to raise this child, and so here are some issues that I may face, I can interact with them and say, hey, you know what, there are these organizations and foundations that are out there that your goal of being an entrepreneur and starting a business, here are some resources for you. The chamber offers resources, these organizations offer resources. So through those perspectives, they share a great deal. And so it's almost like meeting with them about every 10 days about what's going on and what their thoughts are about it. So I actually feel like I get to know each one of them quite well, even more so than if I would have met them with them in class every other day in class, because they reveal more personal things than they might in a classroom. Some people are very shy in class, but with these perspectives, they're able to open up about it.
Dr. Tory has taken a unique approach to her signature assignment. To identify what her students have learned, she requires students to work in teams to create a financial literacy flyer that incorporates the financial health concepts explored in the course that is geared towards a target audience selected by the team. In addition to submitting the completed flyer, teams are required to submit a document which includes the team's name, participating team members, the target audience, and the focus of the flyer. Throughout the design process, teams are able to work with the course instructor. In addition, as teams work on their flyers, they receive feedback from peers who are not members of their team. Let's listen to Dr. Tory describe the signature assignment.
Well, with this class, as I mentioned, it's not only about how to save, invest, borrow, and budget. There's the elements of psychology of money, like how does social media or influencers influence your decisions that you're making? How lifestyle inflation kind of creeps up and can really, hurt your ability to save for your future and accumulate wealth. What are our different views based on gender or race about our risk tolerance? So students are able to are exposed to all of that. Then I divide the class into teams. So 4 or 5 students get together, and they will actually identify a target group for their project, and they create a financial literacy flyer. Now, how they decide to create it and what content they include is up to them. So, for instance, they might say, my target are graduating seniors from college. So as they embark on their new career, they're going to have this higher income. All of a sudden, they'll be faced with making the decision of, where do I rent a house or do I buy a house? Is now the best time to buy a brand new car? Do I buy a used car? Budgeting decisions. Should I start saving for the future now? What are the repercussions of that now? So they could say, okay, we want to target that group. Is it going to be all graduating seniors? Or are you going to focus in on females or males or a certain race? And then develop a flyer that's informational about things that they should think about or consider when making those big financial decisions.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, cool. And I think you've already answered part of it, but when you created this kind of assignment, the importance of it, I'm assuming, is just so students are able to apply those skills into a real tangible kind of situation. Would you agree with that, or did you have anything else that might also be applied to what they're doing with the signature assignment?
Well, the signature assignment for them is really trying to get the word out, because as I mentioned, financial illiteracy is a problem, especially with young people. So I'm asking them to say, hey, when you've taken this class, what is the information that you found interesting or informative that you would like to share with your peers?
Right.
And in the College of Business, we have TV screens around our college where information can be shared, like updates about current events that are going on or meetings and things like that. And I envisioned putting those flyers up there on the TV screen so that as students are sitting there walking between class or standing around talking, that some of that information would be shown on that to at least pique their interest about learning more about financial literacy. So that it was more of like an information sharing, that type of information. So I was very happy that Shay was able to secure this opportunity at the undergraduate symposium, because these are practical ideas and practical skills that I think will be useful for students.
The following are examples of Dr. Tory's signature assignment. This flyer has a motto of plan now, relax later. Its target audience are graduating college students. If you save and invest when you start your first job out of college, Your investment will grow exponentially because of compounding interest. 3 main options for retirement savings. Number 1, Social Security. Number 2, employer-sponsored retirement plans. Number 3, other savings and investments. Main point: the sooner you start saving, the more money you'll have later because of compounding interest. Motto: new to the workforce, start planning for retirement now. Target audience: graduating college students. We wanted to give a specific ways recent graduates can save for retirement, how to make sure you have money to save, and different investment choices. A peer-reviewed quote said, "The quotes at the bottom catch my eye the most. I like what they say, especially the second one. It definitely triggers an emotional response for me that made me want to be sure I was able to retire comfortably." Motto: start saving today. Target audience: college students, especially graduating seniors. We used examples to show how starting to save early leads to greater wealth. Peer comments: your flyer really emphasizes the importance of starting one's retirement savings now. I really liked how you gave the different risks of investing at different times, whether you start now or after graduation. Motto: important aspects of retirement. Target audience: people who want to save but may not have money to hire a financial advisor or may not know where to begin. Questions to consider were used to get people thinking about investing for retirement and considers questions they may not have thought about. Peer comments: you have a good array of information that would be a good start for people inquiring about their retirement, and I really think the questions section was a nice addition to engage the reader and get them thinking. Target audience: minority investors who may not know much about saving, borrowing, and investment. Purpose: provide financial resources for minorities. We used a simple 2-column design to draw attention to the 4 main points of the flyer. Peer comments: I think that it is important for minorities to learn how to invest and know that they have help and motivation to start their own businesses. Your use of blue was captivating. I see that you are playing off of color psychology with your trustworthy blue color scheme. Motto: the big 3 you need to know. Target audience: we were covering the 3 things minorities need to know about their financial health. We wanted to provide statistics that back up our main 3 points. We provided a source list, which was rather long, didn't include it on the flyer to avoid making it junky and unprofessional. However, we understand that some people may want to refer to their sources at their leisure. Peer comments: your use of calming blue color as well as the visuals you provide made the information in your flyer really pop out. I also liked how you covered numerous topics as well, giving your audience the most crucial and interesting fact at the forefront. These flyer examples from the Financial Health in Modern Society FYSE 1101 course demonstrates how students have the opportunity to work in teams with close faculty supervision to develop a project that demonstrates their ability to apply financial health concepts to real-world problems. So, the answer to the question of whether VSU students are able to connect what they learn in a VSU FYSE 1101 course to addressing real-world problems is yes! In conclusion, the impact and opportunity that can be provided through FYSE courses is abundant. For one, the gaining of skills through these courses can be transferred into life skills that can pave way for student success throughout their time at Valdosta State and beyond. Students can also become more engaged in their learning due to the intimate and skill-based environment created by their instructor. They can be more engaged in undergraduate research by building connections and discovering their own passions through experimental learning. These FYSE courses offer a unique opportunity for both students and the instructors to discover and build their own dreams and passions throughout their time at VSU and beyond. The skills learned, such as metacognitive behavior, creating connections to different disciplines, and embedding valuable soft skills, can provide building blocks that allow students to thrive during college and post-college wherever they go after their time at Valdosta State University. The following are references that we used during this presentation. And a special thanks to the FYS committee, the FYSE learning community, the FYSE 1101 students and instructors, and to Dr. Cynthia Tory and Bailey Fordham. Thank you for making this presentation possible.